Hey everybody, it's Phantom321 here, bringing you some more Pokemon Black 2 and White 2 Wi-Fi battles. This is an NU match I got against someone by the name of It's PB&J Time from the Smogan Wi-Fi Battle Finder. I'll go ahead and leave the link to his YouTube channel down in the description below, so be sure to go ahead and check him out. Checking out his team, the only standout Pokemon I actually see from him is the Rampardos. That thing can be really threatening, especially if it's Choice Scarf, because, well, there's not much on my team that can actually take the Rampardos. So, yeah, and also, you guys are going to notice that the background's back to the original one in this match, and well, that's because every single time I try and change the background, I get an error while trying to load the battle that says turn off the power. So if any of you guys know a solution to that, please let me know. And yeah, without further ado, let's just go ahead and be in the match. So right off the bat, I'm going to go ahead and start off by sending out my Electabuzz, and he's going to lead off with his Rampardos. Obviously, that is a horrible matchup for me because, well, Electabuzz can't really do too much to the Rampardos, so I'm going to have to switch out on the first turn. I'm going to switch out to my next Pokemon, which is going to be my Jumpluff, because I'm predicting him to go for an Earthquake on my Electabuzz, but he ends up going for the Rock Polish, so now I found out that he is not Choice Scarfed, and that is really threatening, because after one Rock Polish, he ends up outspeeding my Jumpluff. He goes for the Head Smash, and, well, I avoid the attack, and I go for the Sleep Powder, and I thought I would hit it, but no, he avoids the attack, and now for this next move, he's just going to go for the Head Smash, and the Head Smash is going to annihilate my Jumpluff, so that really sucks that my Jumpluff's gone. I was kind of hoping he could put one of his Pokemon to sleep, but that won't be the case. I'm going to go on to my Absol, because my Absol does know the Sucker Punch, but it fails this turn, and that sucks, but he's just going to set up another Rock Polish, and for this next move, I'm going to go for another Sucker Punch, but it fails, and he's going to go for another Rock Polish. I'm not sure what he was thinking at this point, but either way, the Rampardos is going to go down. I'm going to keep on spamming the Sucker Punch, and well, that's going to be enough to KO his Rampardos, and I'm actually kind of glad, because if it did live, that would have been a huge threat to my team. Anyways, he's going to send out his Pikachu, and I'm going to switch out into my next Pokemon, which is going to be back out to my Electabuzz, because I figured that Electabuzz can kind of wall the Pikachu. He's going to set up the substitute, and well, he actually told me he's trying to go for a Pikachu sweep. He's going to go for another substitute, predicting me to break his sub, but no, I just decided to set up the substitute of my own. He's going to go for the Nasty Plot, and that kind of caught me off guard because Pikachu is going to be a huge threat to my Electabuzz. I'm going to go for the Charge Beam, but I forgot that Pikachus can have Lightning Rod, so I just really helped him out, and now my Electabuzz is in big trouble. He's going to go for the Hidden Power. I'm guessing it's most likely Hidden Power Ice, but yeah, that's easily going to be enough to break my substitute, and I'm just going to decide to spam a Hidden Power Ice right back at him, and the Hidden Power Ice is going to be enough to break his substitute, so that's pretty good. He's going to go for the Hidden Power Ice of his own, and well, thank goodness I was carrying the Eviolite this match, because as you're about to see here, Electabuzz takes the Hidden Power Ice from the Pikachu really well. I mean, he did have all those special attack increases, and I still ended up taking it quite nicely. I'm going to go for the Hidden Power of my own, and well, unfortunately, it isn't going to be enough to KO his Pikachu, so he's just going to go ahead and go for another Hidden Power Ice and KO my Electabuzz. Now I'm going to go on to my Metang, figuring that, well, it can take pretty much any move that this Pikachu throws at it, because I do carry the Eviolite. Unfortunately, he's going to go for the Volt Switch, and he's going to Volt Switch out onto his next Pokemon, which is going to be his Amoonguss. That Volt Switch ended up actually crippling my Metang. I just decided to go for the Earthquake just to play it safe, and the Amoonguss is going to be able to sponge the Earthquake like it's absolutely nothing. And for the next move, I'm going to set up the Stealth Rocks, because I figured that my Metang is going to be screwed because it only has 51 HP left. But to my surprise, he ends up going for the Hidden Power. I'm not actually sure what it is. I want to say it's Hidden Power Ice, but I'm not too sure about that, so don't quote me on that. I'm gonna go for the Meteor Mash just to get some damage off on the Amoonguss, but now that I think about it, it wouldn't actually matter because, well, he does have the Regenerator ability, so all he'd really have to do is switch out into another Pokemon and he'd get all of his health back, so that kind of sucks. He's gonna go for the Giga Drain on my Metang, and that's gonna be the end of my Pokemon. I'm gonna go on to my Absol, and my thinking here was to actually go for the Swords Dance and then try and KO it with a Sucker Punch, but as you're about to see here, he's gonna end up going for the Spore, and that really sucks because, well, it pretty much crippled my Absol sweep, so yeah. On these next couple of moves, I'm going to be playing it a little bit risky, and, well, I'm going to decide to keep my Absol. He doesn't wake up on this turn, so that kind of sucks. He's going to go for the Giga Drain. I'm hoping that Absol can take a Giga Drain, but unfortunately, it doesn't end up taking it really well, but whatever. Unfortunately, on this turn, he doesn't wake up either, so yeah, he's just gonna go get another Giga Drain, and I do wake up on this turn, so I'm gonna go for the Sucker Punch, and unfortunately, the Life Orb recoil is gonna kick in, but it didn't actually matter because, well, Amoonguss lived it, and either way, he's just gonna go for a Giga Drain and KO my Absol, so that kind of sucks. I mean, I guess Absol did some work. It took out some damage on the Amoonguss, but yeah, I'm gonna send out my Seismitoad just to revenge kill this Amoonguss, and, well, I'm just gonna go for the Hidden Power Ice, and the Hidden Power Ice is going to be enough to KO the Amoonguss, so that's really good because that thing was really threatening to my team. It pretty much walled my Absol, but yeah, now he's going to send out his next Pokemon, which is going to be his Golbat. For this next move, I'm just going to decide to go for another Hidden Power Ice, and I'm hoping that the Hidden Power Ice is going to be enough to kill the Golbat, and I'm hoping that he doesn't carry the Eviolite, but checking out on the damage, I'm going to assume he does carry the Eviolite. I'm not sure, but whatever. He's going to go for the Toxic on my Seismitoad, so that kind of sucks because I do carry the Life Orb, and it is really bad to be taking poison damage and Life Orb recoil damage at the same time, so that's kind of unfortunate. He's going to go send out his Pikachu, and I guess he's going to use it as Death Father to see what I would go ahead and do this turn, but as you saw, I'm just going to go for the Surf. Now he's going to send out his Ursaring, and I'm predicting him to go for the Protect just so his Orb would kick in, and he does end up going for the Protect, so this is really good for me because as you're about to see, I end up setting up the Rain Dance, so that's really good because now I pretty much outspeed his entire team because my Seismitoad is in the rain, so I'm in a really good situation. The only bad thing about this is that, well, I do have the poison damage. He's going to go for the Protect, and he gets the Protect for the second time, so that's bad for me because, well, now he's pretty much poison stalling my Seismitoad. I guess Swanna would be a better option at this point because even if I did poison my Swanna, I could have just gone for the Rain Dance and got rid of the poison, so I guess Swanna's a better Pokemon in this situation, but whatever, that was a little bit random. I'm going to go for the Surf on the Golbat, and the Golbat is going to be able, or it's going to get KO'd. What am I talking about? And now my Seismitoad's also going to get KO'd due to the poison racking up on this thing, but no worries. I'm going to go out to my Sawk because, well, this thing is Choice Scarf and it can pretty much outspeed his entire team. He's going to send out his Audino. I'm not really too worried about this thing. I'm going to go for the Close Combat, and the Close Combat is going to be enough to KO his Audino, so that's really good. I believe he's down to his final Pokemon, which is going to be his Ursaring, and I do outspeed the Ursaring because I am Choice Scarf, so that's pretty good for me. Now he's going to send out his final Pokemon, and it's going to be his Ursaring. I'm going to go for the Close Combat, and the Close Combat is going to be enough to kill his Ursaring, and with that, that's going to be the end of the match, guys. So be sure to go ahead and check out PB&J's YouTube channel down in the description below, and with that, guys, I'm out, and until next time, have a nice day.